Yes.
Yes?
Yep, that'd be
Yep.
fine.
All right.
Excellent. Thank
So
you.
tell us something else.
All right, well, we're very pleased to be here at Woden to make a major announcement that will support confidence and underpin the ongoing economic growth of the Woden Town Centre. So a little over 2 months ago, the ACT government held a series of business and community consultations here in the Woden Town Centre to listen firsthand to the community, to small business and indeed to larger property owners around what was necessary to reverse the impacts of the Commonwealth Government's decisions to significantly reduce the size of the Commonwealth Public Service that had a big impact on the Woden Town Centre. So we examined a range of options and opportunities, talked to a number of key investors and partners to put forward a proposal really to reinvigorate the Woden Town Centre. Now, a key element of this is a commitment that we're announcing today to relocate 1,100 ACT government staff in Health and Access Canberra into new accommodation here in the Woden Town Centre. So we'll have an expression of interest process that will commence very shortly and be resolved very quickly in order to secure new accommodation for ACT government staff in the town centre. I've also been meeting with Westfield and other potential investors in the Woden Town Centre in recent weeks to not only provide confidence to them that the ACT government will be a partner in the economic revitalisation of the Woden Town Centre, but we would work closely with them to support their renewal projects to come to fruition. We have our own budget program of infrastructure works for the town centre, a particular emphasis on improving public transport accessibility. But today's announcement will give a critical mass to the employment base within the Woden Town Centre and provides confidence for private sector companies like Westfield to move ahead with new investments in the town centre. So having listened to what the community and small business said to us a little over 2 months ago, we've worked diligently within the ACT government and with industry partners towards today's announcement. We look forward to building on this with subsequent announcements around the urban renewal of the Woden Town Centre in the months ahead. This is an important outcome for the economy of Woden, and it's also an important outcome for the Health Directorate. I'll invite Minister Corbell to talk a little about that.
Thanks, Chief Minister. Approximately 750 ACT Health staff will relocate to the Woden Town Centre some stage next year. The exact timing will be determined based on the market response to the request for accommodation. But at the moment, health staff are located at 3 key sites in the city centre on Moore Street and also at the old North Curtin primary site. We want to bring those health, administrative, corporate and headquarters staff together in a location which is closer to our key site of operations, which is the Canberra Hospital. Canberra Hospital sees a lot of movements of staff to and from the campus every day, from ACT Health headquarters to the hospital. We want to be closer to the main site of operations for the delivery of health services, and Woden makes perfect sense to have the health headquarters established here. It will also mean that health staff that are currently performing administrative and corporate functions on the Canberra Hospital campus will be able to relocate to this site here at Woden, and that will free up space at the Canberra Hospital for the ongoing expansion and refurbishment of what should be not an office building, but a focus on clinical service delivery. So this is a very important announcement for ACT Health, and it helps strengthen Woden as the centre of a health administration and health services hub, and puts our health headquarters staff close to the frontline action at the Canberra Hospital.
Happy to take any questions.
So how many ACT colleagues are into the Woden? Isn't it correct 650?
Yes, we did move out of the Callum offices into a new purpose-built facility in Gungala, and that was the Access Canberra staff associated with IT provision. That was a decision taken some time ago based on 2 parameters. One, the age and condition of the Callum offices that were no longer suitable for ACT government employees, and also a desire to boost economic development opportunities in the Gungahlin town centre. So just as we are divesting from certain ACT government properties in the CBD as part of our asset recycling initiative commitments that go to funding light rail as one of the key elements of our partnership with the Commonwealth Government in relation to asset recycling, we have made the decision today to look for new accommodation here in Woden for health, as Mr Corbell has outlined. But we will also be looking to establish a new shopfront presence for Access Canberra, reflecting the very strong support there has been in the community for the type of service delivery model that we see in the new Gungahlin facility. That's taken service delivery in ACT government shopfronts to a new level. It's a model we're very pleased with and one that we wish to roll out in other parts of the territory. So we're committing to Woden being the next place for high quality access Canberra services through a new shopfront.
Is this the first of a few moves in the next few years? Is the government on track for the 2019 deadline for asset recycling?
Certainly we are looking at our opportunities to move staff into more environmentally efficient and better workplaces. So there's an important objective here for the ACT government to offer our staff high quality accommodation. But equally we have announced some time ago now that we would be divesting from certain aged ACT government buildings, using the proceeds from those sales back into new public infrastructure, and that public infrastructure includes public transport. And we've received a $60 million bonus from the federal government for doing so, and that was amazingly under the Abbott Prime Ministership, $60 million from the Commonwealth Government into our city's light rail project. So this is a smart approach to ensuring economic development outcomes, but also demonstrating our commitment to each of the town centres in Canberra and our desire to ensure that we're offering high quality accommodation for ACT government staff.
How quickly can those moves take place?
Well, we're going to market as soon as possible, and as Minister Corbell indicated, we will be very keen to move next year.
What's the reaction been from Woden businesses? Are they excited?
Obviously this announcement is coming right now, but we did 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago, hold a series of roundtables and discussions with a number of small businesses but also significant property owners and investors in the Woden town centre. I was in Sydney last week meeting with New South Wales Premier, but I took the opportunity whilst I was there to also meet with Westfield. They've outlined to me the range of plans they have for investment here in the town centre. We look forward to future announcements from them on renewing their infrastructure here in Woden. But what will give them confidence is the decision and announcement that we've made today in terms of locating ACT government staff. That provides a very sound basis for longer term investment in the Woden town centre. And that, combined with the infrastructure investments that we're making in the territory budget through the urban renewal portfolio, will see significant change and improvement for Woden in the years ahead.
Do you have a sense of what the office stock looks like, or how you'd like that to pan? Do you think that there's enough stock available?
Yeah, certainly the indications are from the property sector that this will be a very competitive process, so we're going to get value for money out of this particular government procurement. We're going to get higher quality accommodation for our staff, and we're going to get an economic development outcome. So it ticks a number of public policy boxes here, really important decisions for the long-term viability of our town centres, but equally will get us a really good value for money outcome for taxpayers.
What's the status of the civic government office block tenders started in May?
Indeed, we continue to work through those tenders, and we have other staffing requirements and other office accommodation requirements in the CBD, as we are moving a number of staff as a result of other decisions taken around the asset recycling initiative. So we're looking at Civic and Dixon as other locations for renewed ACT government office space. So we're conscious of the need through our hub and spoke approach to ACT government accommodation to ensure that we have a significant presence in the CBD, but we also have a significant ACT government presence in our city's town centres. We we look at decisions that have been taken by the Commonwealth Government in relation to their employment locations to ensure that each of our town centres has a viable public sector employment base that gives long-term confidence for the private sector to continue to invest in improving the public realm.
And any timeline?
In Civic, we'll make announcements on that in due course, but I think we've set a very clear intent here, both in terms of our previous announcements in relation to Gungahlin and then the delivery of that, our announcements here in Woden and the delivery on those in 2016, and then our timeframes in relation to the CBD offices, which are beyond the period of the next, into the next Legislative Assembly term of office.
All good?
Any questions?
Okay, terrific. Thank you.